Hello and welcome to the Dick Campbell Gymnasium here in Elmhurst, Illinois for some boys volleyball. Lincoln Way East, the number 10 seed in the state of Illinois, is taking on the York Dukes, who are ranked 7th in the state of Illinois. So a very, very good volleyball game we will have for us today. Shep, how about you go into a little bit of depth for us about these two teams and what we can expect in this matchup?
So right here to your left, folks, we have in white York Dukes, and to the right in black, we have Lincoln Way East. So on the right, we're going to be paying attention to number 8, who is about to hop onto the court right 3, 2, 1 now. This kid is 6'1", weighs around 150 pounds, and he can jump out of the gym, folks. You're going to pay attention to him a lot tonight. Lincoln Way East, what was his name? Trey Merrick? Yeah, Trey Merrick. That's what we're going to pay attention to on Lincoln Way East. And for over here on York side, we're going to say, who do we want to say? We're going to say Jack Butte at the outside, and the sophomore Ben Brown as well on the court. So those are some matchups we will see tonight. What else? We got Logan Rice coming out here tonight, folks. Zach Brown, the left-handed setter. Left-handed setters are killer in the game of volleyball. Ben Brown's coming out right now, number 12. The siblings are on the court. York is a very tall team, if you don't know that, folks. Our average is probably 6'3", 6'4". If you're talking about front row, though, then it's probably average is 6'5", 6'6". Our tallest guy is 6'8" and 6'7". And I believe Lincoln Way East tallest guy is around 6'6", I believe so. And Carson Kruger is the starting setter here for York High School. Usually it's Ben Brown last year, but now it's Carson Kruger. Yeah, this is going to be a fight, folks. This is going to be a better match than Tuesday. I'm hoping to see a lot of action and see some balls hit the ground, see some bodies hit the floor. Let's see what these gentlemen will give us.
And if it's anything like that JV game we just saw a few moments ago, this will definitely be in for a good one, as that game went to 3 sets. Both teams fighting it out to the end. I believe the final score of that last set was 25-20.
Mm-hmm.
So very back and forth. And I think, Lincoln Way East went on a huge run in the second set to come back and beat York to send it to that third one.
Yeah, I was on the bench, sadly. Right now I've got a boot on my foot. Yeah, I'll be out there in 2 weeks. And I apologize if you guys hear me crunching. I'm eating some Chick-fil-A. Apologize for the non-professionalism, but we all got to eat. So I believe Lincoln Way has, I have no idea who's got served yet. Well, I'm hoping for a good match. We're going to see a good match here. So what I heard from the inside was that Lincoln Way East right side of the court is not as strong as their outside. Like Trey Merrick, I believe. He's 6'1", jump out of the gym. He will probably OT, which means hit over Stan Peck. Is a hypothetical situation. Stan Peck is 6'7", so you can imagine how high he gets up there. We're going to see what happens. It looks like we got Jack Butte, Stan Peck, and Hunter Stepanich up front. And then we got Zach Brown, Ben Brown, and Carson Kruger in the back row here at the moment for York High School. I cannot see the numbers for Lincoln Way East, but here we go, folks. First serve coming our way.
Ben Brown to get us started here for York. Setting this one over. Lincoln Way East takes control of it. Huge hit there from number 14, Nate Webster, and he gets Lincoln Way East here on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, I love to see the action coming off right off the first play.
Kyle Swarens now for Lincoln Way East. Going to lightly tap this one over. Here's a set. Butte going up for one. Good play there from Lincoln Way East. They're moving it forward, and that's going to be a point for York.
Yeah, that was a double call on that one. Can't put two different hands at different time on the ball. But if you guys notice, we're going to see a lot of back row attacks from Lincoln Way East, specifically number 8, Trey Merrick, the killer outside.
And Shep, if I believe correctly, that rule was actually taken away in the NCAA recently, correct?
The rule that I know of on the sets. So for the women's side of collegiate volleyball, you can double now, but you can't do it in high school and lower, which honestly makes no sense because you're trying to get better, and then that rule just gets taken away.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit different, and it's kind of like on how I feel most people feel about basketball with the shot clock. They want that introduced to high school because you're going to be using it for the rest of your basketball career once you get to that college level and that, pro level, whether it's overseas or in the NBA, they all use that shot clock.
Yeah. As Stan Peck just got tooled on that one, folks.
2-2 now. Matthew Mulenickel sets that one over. Butte takes it. Now here's a set from Brown, and Butte slams that one down. The Dukes now take the lead 3-2.
That was a beautiful set by Zach Brown, right around the 12-foot line, and just perfect square up to the outside pole, and beautiful. Yeah, this match is going to be back and forth. As you can tell right now, the score is 3-2. York up by 1.
Jack Zetek now. Here's a set. That one's hitting the net. Saved by Logan Rice, and Butte's going to have to send the free ball over. Set now from Swarens. Big swing. Ben Brown takes that one. Kruger sets this one up for Butte, but a huge block there from Lincoln Way East, and they're going to collect the point.
Yeah, that was a really nice behind-the-back set there from Carson Kruger. Getting the job done, but unfortunately there was a block up. Number 14, Nate Webster with the serve.
Butte takes that one. Zetek now sending this one over to Shorter. That one's going to go straight into the net. And that's going to be Lincoln Way East point once again. So now taking a 2-point lead, which is the largest lead of the night so far.
Good one. Yeah, right now we got a very heavy senior team. Now, not all the for York. Pardon me, not all the seniors are on the court right now, but I believe there are 9 seniors.
Butte, a nice hit over. Here's a set.
Big swing.
Zetek now setting this one up to Rice, and Rice.
Money.
Huge kill there from Jax's W. York taking the lead now 5-4.
Beautiful set by Jack Zetek, perfectly deceptive in a way that the blockers were unable to read it fast enough.
Butte, that one really had some heat behind it, but that goes out the back.
It did. Mr. Dowdy does not like top serves. He loves the float serve. Mr. Dowdy's all about numbers. Like, what's that? What's the athletics team that was Moneyball?
That's Moneyball.
Exactly like that. If you want to relate Mr. Dowdy to Moneyball, I think I can confirm that. Now,
except he can't pay his players.
Good one.
Zetek to Rice, and Rice gets another one here for the York Dukes. And Shep, the way this one started, as we're getting some substitution on the court, it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a very neck-and-neck battle. No one has had a lead larger than 2 so far to start out this game. And it really seems that whoever's receiving the serve is getting that point pretty much every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just as you said it, you called it yourself. Oh, it appears there's a freshman out there, as Lincoln Way East was just chatting it up.
Well, you never really truly know if there's a freshman or not. Sometimes they like to play some pranks on the opposition.
Yeah.
Here's Merrick. Zetek to Stepanek, blocked, but Zetek collects the ball back over. Kruger now getting it to Brown. Brown, a nice little roll shot. East now picking this up from the back, and another diving save there from Ben Brown. This is a huge play here from the York Dukes, but Shorter's going to have to send the free ball over. Now an opportunity for Lincoln Way East, and they're going to take full advantage of that one. Joey Abadudo going to get the point there for the Griffins.
Very good scrappy defense there provided by York High School, but York was outmatched, and they weren't able to get their blocks up in time. Great swing by Joey.
And that one called out by the York Dukes, but it does find its way in, just sneaking in right by the back right corner of the playing grounds. And now Lincoln Way East up 8-6, looking to continue to largen their lead. Zetek to Stepanek, and that one is going to also sneak its way in. It's going to be off a tip.
Yeah, Hunter Stepanek being the second tallest or third tallest man on the court, and he's a sophomore. And I think he can touch the highest as well. So he's basically hitting over every single block that Lincoln Way East will be putting up tonight. As you saw, he just hit the very fingertips of Lincoln Way East.
Brown's going to hit that roll shot you were just talking about. Shep. That one blocked, saved by Zach Brown. Ball hit up the stand. Pack a diving attempt there from Merrick, but that one's going to go out of bounds. York Dukes now starting to make a little bit of a comeback here, just tying this ball game up at 8.
Yeah, Stenpak really precisely putting his shot right in the back left, middle left area, making Trey Merrick, the middle back outside, move.
Brown, another hard hit, and it's going to hit the net here again for the Dukes. That's the second time we've seen that kind of serve find its way straight into the net.
Mm-hmm.
Sundaram sends that one over. Tough touch there from Brown, but great play from his brother, Zach Brown. They do get it over, but Kruger can't handle that huge swing from number 14, Nate Webster. And that's not the first time we've called his name here tonight.
Yeah. Playing back row defense is a very hard skill. As you can tell, that ball came right at him, and he still wasn't able to pick it up. I know I wouldn't be able to do that, so it's not just, I'm not that good, but it's like, dang, that is one hard ball.
Huge block attempt there from Brown, but it does find its way out of bounds.
Yeah.
So Lincoln Way East now starting to get a little bit of a lead now, up 3.
Not much Brown can do on that one.
Hit over, and that one's out of bounds.
Very close. I personally thought that was in, but
it's also kind of hard to tell with these gray lines. They don't exactly stand out out on the court. They kind of blend in once you get inside the three-point arc of the basketball court. Another ball hit out here from Lincoln Way East, and it seems whenever one team goes on a little bit of a run, the other team just kind of bounces back and just answers them. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Even if you go on that small run, like we said, where they're up 3, it always seems like the opposing team is just coming right back, and not much momentum going either way right now.
Yeah, volleyball is a short-term memory game. You've got to be able to don't think about what just happened and worry about the next point. It's in the past. Wow, what a block! What a block by Jack Butte and Hunter Stepanich. Jack Butte did stare down the other side, which is illegal, but, you know, I don't mind a little talk every now and then.
When you have that good of a block, it's kind of hard not to, stop yourself and control yourself from staring down the opposition.
Yeah, that ball was 180 degrees down to earth. Gravity.
Kruger back set. Jack Butte with the swing. That set goes over. Now another hit attempt, and that's going to go off the shoulder of Mulenickel. And that's going to be another point here for the Dukes as they regain the lead.
Beautiful high swing by Stanpak, really aiming for the hands of the outside. I didn't catch who it was, but
shout out Isaac Vroom on that one. You know, the bench player, he runs off the bench, runs to the opposite side of the gym to go get that ball. That's some great hustle right there.
I was taking a bite, so I have no idea, but respect, brother.
Huge swing.
Wow. Nate Webster giving himself a good reputation of being able to hit the ball hard. Like we said earlier in this game, excuse me. I need the cough button. Like we said earlier, this is going to be a match.
Here's the float serve over. Butte takes it. Brown getting it right back to Butte. That one sneaked its way over the net. Brown going right back to him. Another huge block from Lincoln Way East. Butte for a third time now, and he finally finds the ground for the kill.
Like they say, third time's the charm, folks. Third time is the charm. That recycle and the pickups on York's side of the court was beautiful. That's exactly how you want to be able to cover a block every single time. If you can't cover a block, well, good luck winning volleyball games.
Here's a set over.
Oh, big throw.
And yeah, that's going to be York Dukes' point on that one. Now up 14-12.
As you can hear, York Dukes chanting, "You can't do that." He basically caught the ball and threw it.
Another set that one clean this time. Off the head of Jack Butte, going out of bounds. Lincoln Way East finding itself just 1 point behind the York Dukes.
Yeah, great swing by Matthew Mulenickel, exploiting York Dukes' block. Wow.
Huge steamer there from Lincoln Way, and I think they're going to say that was a net violation, Shep. Would I be correct on that?
So
it was really close there.
It was very close to that ball. The angle that the ball was going over, it was going to go over either way. And so Zach Brown can't take that opportunity from them, but he was also in the net as well. So you could argue for both sides.
And Logan Rice comes with a huge swing on that one.
Yeah, not a lot of action so far from Logan Rice. I hope to see some more here.
Z-Tech sends this one over. Taken by the Griffins. Huge swing, and there he is. Number 8, Trey Merrick. You've been talking about him all night, Shep, and comes up with a huge kill there for the Griffins.
Totally. Yeah, Jack Z-Tech has been the starting setter for the past 3 years on varsity. Sophomore year, junior year, and senior year.
Groover. Z-Tech now shorter. Didn't look like he had his footing, but he still gets that one up and over the net. He's going to get the point here for the Dukes.
Yeah, Luke Shorter standing at a solid and comfortable 6'8". That is, what?
One tall man.
That's 11 inches taller. No, I'm sorry. That is not 11 inches taller. It's 9 inches taller than the average of a man.
Huge swing, and I don't know how many times we're going to say this man's name again tonight. Trey Merrick. He's really doing his best to keep his team in this game.
Yeah, Trey Merrick. After that, he swung so high hands, which means you're going to swing high in hopes of that the ball's going to go off their hands and out of bounds, which was very smart by Trey. And he definitely did stare down the opponents after that swing. Number 9, Mason Marnell with the serve.
Z-Tech with the set, and there comes Ben Brown, the sophomore.
Finally, Ben Brown at outside. Ben Brown is a part of one of the best sophomore volleyball national teams in the nation. And he is the starting outside, if that can give you an example of how good he is. Now he's playing with people above his level, but still, this man is a beast, secretly. He's only a sophomore, folks.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of players on the York Dukes team, and a couple of them have let me know that they think that Ben Brown has the potential to be their best player this season, depending on how he steps up for them. But they talk very highly of him, and I really think, just based on the way his teammates think of him, that he can really be a special player for this team this season.
Yeah.
Here's a hit over, good block there. The diving try there from Merrick, but he doesn't get to it in time.
Yeah, you could argue that if Ben Brown stays on this level of this slope of becoming such a good volleyball player, he's arguably going to be a D1 player. Arguably. Now, I could be wrong. He could not love volleyball next year and not play at all. But he's arguably going to be a D1 player.
Back set, hit there from Nick Clawwitter. He barely gets that one past the hands of Stepanek. Once again, taking a 1-point lead, 19-18 your score with Lincoln Way East in the lead currently. Sundaram sends that one over. Zach Brown trying to set that one up, and that one's hit over by Peck. Another swing here and another point. Matthew Mulenickel is going to get that one for the Griffins.
Big complaint there from the York High School side. I would too. I thought that ball was out of bounds, but I cannot tell you.
Brown to Peck. That one taken care of. Used a huge hit. And that one's going to once again sneak its way in. Merrick and Shep, you were actually talking to me.
So that ball was actually out, but it came off the hands of a blocker. I don't know whom, but it might have been Ben Brown or someone, Luke Shorter. I don't know if Luke Shorter's on the court right now. I was not paying attention. But that was a nice back row attack. The back row attack is really supposed to be a sneak attack, right? So what you want to do is you want to throw the opponents off and do something random, right? Like a set or dump. But you only want to do it so many times because they'll start to read it, and then they should be able to block it.
And I mean, Shep, you were actually talking to me about that pregame. You were giving me the lowdown. You knew it was going to happen, and you saw it right there. Very effective. Very, very tough to stop those back row hits. I mean, because you already have to worry enough about the front row, but then if you're a good enough setter, you can put it in a spot where it seems like your front row guy could take it, and he comes soaring in from the back. It's really tough to adjust to that.
Yeah, it is. So the back row attack is so sneaky, like I said before, because if you can get a guy like Trey Merrick that can jump out of the gym, then you can put that ball a lot closer to the net than compared to, like, you know, me trying to go hit the ball. You'd have to put it on the 10-foot line probably, right? But you can put it on the 5-foot line most likely if the best hitters, and that's basically that's a bad front row set, but yeah.
Marnell trying to get that one up. That time, Yule Nichols' hit is going to be stopped. He goes for a second soft touch. Great hustle, and Butte sends over the free ball. Great job there from Zach Brown. Yule Nickel goes for another one, and Kruger's foot just barely missing the ball. And now for the biggest lead here in this first set, Lincoln Way East is now up by 4 points, just 3 points away from victory.
Let's see if York can do a little clapback, a little side out.
And miscommunication there. Butte gives them a chance, though, and Peck sends it over. So they are able to recover there. Yule Nickel, another hit. Zach Brown setting it up. Butte's going to tap that one over. And great placement there from Butte, sending it right where the defense was not in that back left or back right spot on the court.
That was a great decision by Zach Brown to set the back row, really throw Lincoln Way East off a little bit. And Butte opening his eyes and seeing that nobody was in the back right corner and putting the ball right there.
Ben Brown now sending that one over. Yule Nickel 360 behind the head. That one's picked up quite easily by the Dukes, though. Peck's going to tip that one over. Marnewell to Merrick. Kruger. Good play there from Brown to keep it alive. Roll shot from Butte, ineffective. Huge swing now from Lincoln Way East, and that's another one on the board. This time, Joey Abadudo. Lincoln Way East is looking very strong here to close out this first set.
Second timeout called here by York High School.
And Shep, you're gonna have to let me know on this one. I don't know how many timeouts each team has got in volleyball. Two per set.
Two per set.
Okay.
Yeah, two per every set. You get 2 new ones. So you got to use them wisely.
I actually like that a lot. I prefer that to a lot of other sports where it's like.
You're like 5.
Yeah. Well, it's also 5, but then it doesn't reset after each quarter. It's like 5 for the whole game, like in basketball or something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like where it like resets every quarter, half, something like that. Like with something like football, like you get 3 the first half, 3 second half. You get that reset.
Yeah.
So you can use it for that specific half, or in this case, set, depending on what you need.
Exactly. Volleyball, again, is a game of quick. It's not like baseball, like 9th inning here, 0-0. No, volleyball's like, okay, game point right here, right now. We're here, It's a lot quicker. People are like, oh, volleyball is not a real it's not a real sport. Okay, all right, you can say that, but it's a lot more enjoyable to watch than baseball might be, right? Like, it might be harder to hit a baseball, but the game's going to be a lot more boring, in my opinion. These are just opinions, folks, okay? Don't take it personally.
I was about to say, probably not the greatest opinion to say to a baseball player on the other side of the mic. But
not at all.
But I will say whoa, huge hit there from Butte.
Jack Butte.
Out of the timeout.
Jack Butte.
But what I was going to say is that volleyball's really grown on me. I wasn't exactly a huge fan of it, but come the fall time, we didn't exactly have anyone to help out with that or announce, and I kind of just had to step into that. And, it surprised me on how much fun it is to watch. And even now, I mean, when I heard the boys season, I know that they're a very good team in the state, and I was very excited to come back here for this season.
Yeah, lots of energy as Lincoln Way East calls their first timeout of the night.
And that's just something you can't handle. You get a serve like that, and it hits the net and just barely trickles over. There's not much you can do about that. It just is what it is if you're Lincoln Way East. And using this timeout here to just kind of like calm the guys down because it looks like York's starting to get that momentum back in their favor. So you're still up 2 if you're Lincoln Way East. So you gotta make a play out of this timeout, get the momentum back if you're them. If you're York, you want to keep pummeling them like you've been doing since your final timeout was used, and keep that momentum rolling in your favor to try and get back and win this set.
Yeah. The timeouts are an attempt to ice the server. So Carson Kruber is serving here on our left. And Lincoln Way East is attempting to ice him and see if he can miss, like in the NFL when someone tries to ice the kicker, right? They're trying to ice Carson right now.
Kruber gets it over, though. Set, swing! Oh! Jack Butte, what a play! All by himself over there, and Mule Nichols' hit is swallowed up.
Oh, my God. Jack Butte getting fired up. Love to see it. Love to see it. Jack Butte was on freshman B team, freshman year. And now he's starting varsity since sophomore year.
Tip over, Kruber handles it. Brown comes over, set. Butte going for the hit. Great play there from Sundaram. Now the hit and another block. Great job by Logan Rice and Stan Peck.
Oh my God. Can lay the foundation with all these walls being laid out.
And York did exactly what I said they needed to do. Come back out there, firing, pummel them as much as you can. Use that momentum you had before the timeout, and now you're forcing Lincoln Way East to use their second timeout because now you really got to lock in. You just let up a 4-0 run to now tie the ball game up just 2 points away. So you really got to stay strong here and try to mentally battle back against that momentum that York has picked up.
Yeah, Lincoln Way East has got to – I mean, they're doing their best. In these last couple of points, Lincoln Way East is trying hard, but York is trying harder, right? You saw Jack Butte's block, Jack Butte's kill, and then Stan Peck with the block. Maybe it was Logan. You can't. It
was a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both. Yeah, I mean, 2 points till the first set is over in this night in the Campbell Gym. Carson Kruber with the serve.
Sends that one over. Here's a set. Going back to Mule Nickel, and that time he sneaks it around the arms of Jack Butte. And that's a point now for Lincoln Way East. But now game point, York's going to have to score here if they want to keep this match going.
Yeah, smart tip there. Very smart tip. Right off the hands of Jack Butte.
Now after that smart tip, Mule Nickel now going to serve this one over for the Griffins. For game point, hard roll shot picked up by Butte. Brown back to Butte. He's going to smash that one, and now we have ourselves another tie ball game at 24 apiece. Great job there by Jack Butte.
Yeah, I love to see it from Jack Butte, just cooking it up in the kitchen. You know, some mac and cheese, nice and easy. You know, I'm not a big mac and cheese guy.
Mac.
I'm not a big mac and cheese guy, but he's making it look like it's easy. I'm a hard-boiled egg kind of guy. Kind of weird, but it needs salt and pepper, though. All right, Jack Zetek with the serve.
Zetek sends that one over. Huge hit. Great job by Zetek. I don't know how he got that one up in the air. Another hit, but this time it is successful. Webster's going to knock that one down for the Griffins, but you got to give some props to Jack Zetek on that one. I have no idea how he was able to keep that one up off the swing of Merrick.
The average human would have been concussed.
Sent over. Logan Rice coming in, and he's keeping this one alive. Back and forth we go. Now it's 25 apiece.
Logan Rice was just caught lacking on the past point, but now he's cracking back right at him.
That's all you can do. As soon as you make a mistake, you just got to learn from it and come back with the next point. Here's a set. Swarens sends it to Merrick, and that was out of bounds. So now York with a 1 point lead and an opportunity here to win the first set, as it appears to be Jack Butte who's going to be serving this one over for York.
Trey Merrick unable to find the line.
Here's Butte. Tough roll shot, and it finds its way in. And York's going to take an absolute nail-biter of a set 27-25. And now we are going to have a short break here before this second set. But that was just phenomenal volleyball.
Wow.
Very exciting. And like you were saying earlier, high pace. But, man, that was fun to watch.
And we got one more. Is I take a bite of my Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Well, maybe two more. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
At least.
With how close that set was, you could definitely argue that this one's going to go either way, just like that one could have been. I mean, you know, if you're Lincoln Way East and you stop that huge momentum swing from York, you probably have it when you're 2 points away from victory with a 4-point lead. But York had a good play from Butte, and then you had that ball trickle over the net with a serve, which is a huge momentum helper when you get a little bit of luck on your side like that.
Totally.
And then once you had that momentum, Lincoln Way East really couldn't do anything about it.
No, they couldn't. York just did a very good job of keeping their momentum. And if you noticed, Lincoln Way East lost a little bit. I saw some players trying to get it back up, but they couldn't score, so they couldn't bring their energy up. You know, it's tough. When you don't score, you can't bring your energy. Yeah, very good job. I mean, MVP of that set, Jack Butte. So what he wants to do, Jack Butte's goal, don't tell anyone. No, I'm just kidding. But his goal is to get at least 7.5 points a game, right? So that way he can break the high school scoring record for a season.
Really?
Yes.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
7.5?
So he's kind of scared that he might not get it because they're going to play the easy teams like Timothy Christian yesterday, right? I'm pretty sure they put in all the bench. And Jack Butte's like, I need at least 7.5 points a game, right? So it's going to be tough. I want to see him get this. It'll be awesome for him as a senior to achieve this.
He's definitely got a chance. I mean, and like you were saying, Timothy Christian, I was talking to the guys before the game. They were saying the bench players are probably going to play most of the game, and that's what ended up happening. They took care of business in the first set pretty easily, and it kind of got out of hand in the second. But
yeah. You know, York, we are a very solid volleyball team right now, if you can't tell. I mean, look at how tall we are. Now, tall doesn't always determine skill or hard working or ethic.
But it definitely helps.
It
definitely
totally
helps.
I mean, if you put me out there, I'm not going to be able to challenge those guys. Not because, I don't know how to say this. I don't have a very good vert, and I'm not very tall, so I can't challenge them. But if I was as tall as them, maybe I would. So height is a very key factor in volleyball. But you've got players like Yuji Nishida on the Japan national team, right? This guy is like 5'9", and he's challenging guys out here that are 7 feet tall, right?
Yeah,
it's like a 40-inch vert or whatever the
heck. You got to make up in your vertical jump for what you lack in height if you want to compete with these taller guys in volleyball.
Yeah, you got to be an athlete. You got to be able to dive. Like Luke Shorter does a very good job in the back row. I'm honestly surprised about how agile he is to dive in the middle back position. I mean, that's stuff that I don't really even do, to be quite honest, you know. And I'm a setter. I do lay out for a pancake every now and then, but yeah, let's see what if Lincoln Way East can clap back a little bit here. I haven't seen too much. Nothing has really stuck out from Lincoln Way East other than Trey Merrick. Well, actually, no. Nate Webster, their middle, has done a very good job tonight as well. The setters on Lincoln Way East is fairly consistent. The balls are a little tight every now and then, but nothing Trey Merrick can't handle. So, I mean, what else? Yeah, let's see another good set. How about that? And props to the cameramen back there. First set was Connor Choi. Now it's Christian McQuade. If you got a problem with the camera, talk to them, not us.
Yeah, let us get some feedback in the.
Please.
I'd say in the comments when we have those turned off for reasons.
Yeah, that can't be said.
Yeah, but comment section on the Instagram. Let us know what set was the best for camera work.
Whoa,
Stepanek, huge kill there. Gonna keep the momentum rolling over from the first set. Starting them off 1-0. Oh, there's what I'm talking about, Shep. You see number 3 right over there?
Look at that
hustle.
Yeah, I just saw that.
That's what I was talking about.
That's work ethic right there, folks.
Luke Trotter. Shout out Luke Trotter.
If you want to win
and
in
Isaac
life,
Vroom.
If you want to win in life, be like that guy.
Here's a set from Suarez. Another huge block
Jack Butte.
from Jack Butte.
Jack Butte
instead of staring down the opposing team this time, he just is going to have to turn around and look back at his own teammates.
Jack Butte making it look easy. Making it look really easy. And Hunter Stepanek, he hit the ball and acted like nothing happened. His voice is so low, it's like the Terminator. It scares me sometimes.
Yule Nickel swinging. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds, hitting the fingertips of, I believe that was Hunter Stepanek. So Lincoln Way, he's going to pick up their first point here in the second set.
You know, I have no idea how to say Hunter's last name. Is it Stepanich or Stepanek?
I believe it's Stepanek.
I call him Nitch, but we're going to go with Nick.
We can always ask his dad, trainer at York High School.
He was helping me with PT before this.
Back set. Stepanek hit that one, picked up though by Swarens. Huge swing by Merrick, and that's going to be the York Dukes point.
So what happened there, folks, was there was 4 touches, meaning that ball never hit the block of Hunter Stepanich and Stan Peck. That was a beautiful outside set. I forget who it was, but it was perfect spot.
Swarens. And I believe that's the first time we've seen Nate Webster's kill attempt be blocked today by the York Dukes. And that's definitely a good sign for them, especially up 3. If you're taking away one of their better hitters, you're going to be in trouble if you're Lincoln Way East. Oh, well, as soon as I said it, he comes back.
Of course.
I'll zip it, lock it, put it in the pocket.
I never heard that one. Yeah, I think karma's real, so obviously we have a great example.
Yeah, it's the announcer jinx. You say something, and then the exact opposite happens a couple seconds later. So.
Yep.
Yep.
A little bit of karma dharma as Nate Webster misses his serve. So right now we've got like X squared, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Up, down, left, right, B, A, start.
I'm in pre-cal. I don't know about you, bud.
Oh.
What are you? No?
Nope.
No.
No.
Did you drop mad?
Nope. Nah.
You just don't want to talk about it?
Nope.
Big double. Big double there.
I want to talk about that York Dukes point right there.
Number 11, Kyle Swarens with the double. Can't do that, Kyle. Can't do that. Jack Zetek with the serve.
Good hit there from Zetek. Swarens now. A huge hit and a huge block once again from Logan Rice. Love that celebration. Trevor Bauer action.
Timeout called by Lincoln Way East.
Shout out to York Dukes student section. Biggest student section we've had this year.
Dude, totally.
You love to see the support of the students here at York High School.
Yeah, wow. Timeout called here by Lincoln Way East. York Dukes just taking souls like David Goggins, folks. Oh, my. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my.
Yeah, York Dukes leads 7-2 with 30 seconds left in this timeout. We're going to step away shortly. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Volleyball right here on Your Sports Network. Back now from the timeout, Jack Zetek coming back out to serve this one over again. Swarens to Merrick. Ooh. The diving attempt there from Ben Brown. But that hit's going to go way out of bounds. So Lincoln Way East getting the point out of the timeout. Definitely what they're looking to have here is they're now down 4, was down 5 when they called that timeout.
Yeah, good attempt of a dive by Ben Brown. Unable to pick it up.
Marnell now.
Short.
And the diving attempt there from Jack Butte coming to no avail. Now Lincoln Way East going on a little bit of a run here. We'll have to see if they can make it 3 in a row.
Oh, my.
Groover.
Oh, my. Uh-oh.
The back row looks like they're falling asleep a little bit back there. These short sets from Lincoln Way East are getting to them, and they're just not ready for it.
Short serves. Short serve.
Oh, yep, serves. That's on me.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's the S's.
It is.
Yeah.
Serve, set, spike, spancake.
Butte collects it this time. Zetek. Oh, not a Butte. He gets up there. Huge block there from Lincoln Way East, and another one taken away. Not a tap over by.
Oh, my.
And that one's short. by Butte. And that one's not going to get over. Merrick had a good touch over there on that right side of the court for York, and they just weren't able to recover from it.
Yeah, miscommunication there from York High School. Jack Zetek didn't look too happy after that one.
Lincoln
Smart. Very good serve.
Coover hits this one over to Shorter, a little bit too far, a little bit far away from the net, but Lou Short takes care of it.
Yeah, coming right off the block. It's weird because the block is sometimes like the game of pinball. It could bounce off multiple arms, and then you don't know where it's going. So you got to say a quick prayer.
Wow. Huge hit there.
Take that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great original touch there from Yule Nickel. He can't corral the second one. York now taking the lead 9-6.
Mr. Dowdy looking fairly happy at the moment.
That would be too. They're up in the second set after winning the first in a tight battle against a top 10 opponent.
Oh, Jack Butte making it look easy.
Yeah, no, his serves, His serves have looked great all night. Besides his one outstander, which was his very first serve of the night.
Yeah.
Where he hit it straight into the net. But besides that, he's been pretty much automatic.
Yeah.
Wanted to wait for it to go over the net before I said it.
Oh,
but
wow.
there's the hit, and that one
Trey.
finding its way down. Trey Merrick once again for the Griffins.
Trey, just that cut shot from the right side is just beautiful. Zone 2-2 for an outside be 4-4. It's just like, I don't know how you can cut that angle, and
Z-Tech hitting that one over to Shorter. Huge hit there.
Yeah. Shorter exploiting the block. Got to be able to press when you're blocking. That way the ball goes over on the opponent's side. And that press moment did not happen.
Big hit incoming from Mule Nickel. He's been very effective hitting from that left side here tonight. Not so much on the right, but when he's moved over to the left side, he's looked very, very good.
Yeah, and that's the case for some hitters. They favor one side, but if you can do both, you can play volleyball.
Great set there from Jack Z-Tech, putting it right where Hunter Stepanek was striding into. That one off the hands once again of the front row of Lincoln Way East. 12-8 your score with the York Dukes in the lead of the second set. Zach Brown now getting ready to serve this one over.
Chopper.
Another big hit from Nate Webster.
That's the middle for you, folks. If you can establish the middle early in the game, that means you'll be pulling the middle blocker more often, enabling your pin hitters like your right side and your outsides to have a solo block. And that's the job for a setter, to get the hitters a solo block. So if you can establish middle, you'll win most of your games, in my opinion.
Swarens sending that one back. Ben Brown's going to pick it up.
Oh,
Stepanek coming up with a huge, huge kill for the York Dukes.
Come on, this kid can jump. This kid's tall. And this kid is...
Love that kid.
I love that kid again. I mean, look at that. Luke Trotter trotting his way around the court.
See what you did there.
Yeah, baby. Ben Brown, the sophomore.
Knocking that one over. Not a great touch, but still an opportunity here. The roll shot from Lincoln Way. Now Ben Brown coming from the back row, but that one's too low, going straight into the net. And they're giving the point there to the Griffins.
Yeah, tough roll by Ben Brown. That set was a little behind him, I think. I could be totally wrong, but
I believe that's what I saw as well. Just a little bit too far back from him.
beautiful pass.
Zach Brown!
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Huge swing, huge kill from none other than Jack Butte once again.
I haven't seen Jack Butte have a bigger smile on his face. He's so happy right now. He's so fired up to hit these balls on the ground.
You know, if we didn't have to move stats guy Nick from stats to scoreboard, we could get the point count right now on Jack Butte.
We could. That's a good point. Trey, lots of wrist action there from Trey Merrick. Yeah, you got to be able to use your wrist and get a lot of spin on the ball. Otherwise, that ball will just float, and it'll go straight out of bounds. It's like throwing a knuckleball versus a four-seam fastball, just for those baseball folks out there. Or actually, a curveball because the curveball goes down. Sorry.
Yeah, curveball down.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought of four seam because it's more controlled. Knuckleballs all over the place. That's why I thought of.
Yeah. I'm always mesmerized at volleyball when you get a nice little knuckleball serve over the net.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's called, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, like the man right
beautiful.
now, Jack Zetek, folks. He's the
very-
best
he's very good
knuckleball
at it.
server you will get. I mean, hopefully this ball is no spin. Watch. There's no spin on that ball.
That's just crazy.
It's an art. That, I mean, besides York losing the point, that serve had no spin. If you take a picture of that in slow motion, that ball is just like, you know, you could wave to that one side and become a friend with it, you know. And then
It looks like it's hanging from the ceiling on a string.
And it's not moving. It's crazy. Well, Lincoln Way East, number 9, the setter, Mason Marnell with the serve. Short.
Marnell short. Great job there from Jack Butte. And now Shorter coming with a huge hit and a huge block there from number 4, Joey Abadudo.
Lincoln Way getting a little energy, and we got the student section to our right getting a little fired up. I haven't heard that all game.
Z-Tech now. Logan Rice with a huge kill to silence the crowd after they started to get some momentum in their favor. Now up 3, 16-13 over Lincoln Way East right now.
Yeah, beautiful swing by Logan Rice. Lincoln Way unable to catch York on that last point.
Huge roll there from Butte.
Wow.
Ball hit over Abadito. Taken care of by Logan Rice. Very far away for a swing right there, but gave Logan Rice plenty of time to react to that one.
Yeah, Luke Trotter doing a little more than trotting on the right side of the court, if you just saw that, folks.
You might have missed the first one, but I missed that one.
Oh,
Butte.
wow.
Beautiful serve there from number 23.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
What are you going to do about that?
I mean, he can't do much other than watch it. As a timeout is called by Lincoln Way East. Jack Butte causing some havoc for Lincoln Way East as he paints that back line like he's Mozart.
Yeah, 5-point lead here for the Dukes, 7 points away from victory, and they're looking very tough.
Yeah.
Looking like a very tough team to beat, let alone go on a huge run here if you're Lincoln Way East.
Yeah. I mean, what's going on in the second set right now, folks, is Lincoln Way East has been relying on Duke's mistakes to get their points. But at the first set, that's not what they did. The first set, they were clapping right back at York, but now they're not. And Jack Butte has been able to take over Lincoln Way East's mind and just crush it with every ball he hits.
Like we were talking about on the first set, back and forth, it was point for point. We were at the point where it was 19-18 in Lincoln Way's favor, and the largest lead we had was 2 points. But now it's like York's starting to take control of this ball game, and I mean up 5 now. That one went way far out by Butte, but they were up to a 7-point lead, I believe, at one point in this set. Lincoln Way East obviously making a little bit of a run, but you're going to need a little bit more than a little bit of a run to come back in the game.
Yeah, let's see what Choi can do right here, folks, as he comes up with the serve.
Yeah, that's the guy you want back there if you're Lincoln Way East. He gets it over. Kruger makes a play. Z-Tech to Brown. Huge swing, but even better block there from Lincoln Way. And the hit over, and that is going to be the York Dukes point as that ball was sent out of bounds by Mule Nickel.
Subs coming in here for York High School. We have Abe, number 10.
Honest Abe.
Abe and I believe Hunter Stepanich.
Here's the set. Mule Nickel going for a tip. Z-Tech now going to send this one over. Brown!
Oh.
Great swing there from Ben Brown. Big right to left action on that hit.
Yeah, like I said, right side's 2-2 zone, and then the outside's 4-4 zone. So basically what that means is the outside is hitting to the opposing outside pin. So it's the other side of the court. It's like 180 degrees at a weird angle. It's a bunch of geometry, folks, if you're good at that.
Answering right back, though, Joey Abadudo. He's played a good game, but just not very many minutes
Yeah, not very.
I guess you would say points, I guess.
Not very
volleyball.
prevalent. Prevalent. If you could say that.
Yeah, I don't know how you keep track of how long someone's played in volleyball. It's not exactly minutes because there's no minutes in the game, but.
Good pick up by Brown. Is a double.
Short, yeah.
Is called.
Double there for Butte.
Yep. Score 20-16. York up by 4. York's getting a little comfortable right now. They are up by 4, but the energy's dropped just a touch. I can feel it. Great pickup. Oh, my God. I mean, it's unbelievable how athletic number 34, Hunter Stepanek is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It's crazy. The kid hits over the block. Nobody can pick it up. He walks around like it's nothing. Humble kid out there, folks.
Yeah, believe it or not, we had trouble with his name during basketball season 2. I think we cycled through 3 or 4 different pronunciations. Never got truly a real answer. We stuck with Stepanek, which I believe is correct. But
yeah, as Zach Brown with the ace. 22-16. 3 points till the match.
The lefty, huge hit, but that one goes out the back. Giving Lincoln Way a chance here. Down 5, 22-17. And York just 3 points away here from victory and taking home the W against a top 10 ranked Lincoln Way East.
Now let's watch this. I think I just saw Mr. Dowdy say set Stan or Hunter. It's one or the other. Let's see what happens. Let's see what he wants. Yep.
Now Hunter, huge block there. Number 14, Nate Webster. Webster's had himself a good game, but just hasn't felt like enough here in the second set. They're going to need some other guys to step up here.
Yeah, he's really faded here in the second set. Very celebrity in the first, but now he's not homeless. But
Brown to Brown, now hit from Peck. Taking care of
set.
Swarens. Barely hit over, but
so he was in the net.
He was in the net.
Yeah, or went under or something like that.
Went over the half-court line, right? Can't do that?
No, you can't. If someone's not there, maybe that's up to the up ref. But that set was too tight, as you heard me say at mid-play. Tight set is bound to cause an injury or a problem of some sort as Ben Brown sends that ball right into the net.
And I would like to ask you, because I've always wondered this.
Yeah.
What's with the one referee standing on this pedestal and the other one on the floor on the opposite side? Why not both up or both down?
To catch different angles, right? So the one that's away from us, the down ref, she's doing all the subs, right? She's making people are in rotation, whereas the up ref, see if you can see the down ref right now, folks. She's staring at people at York, making sure they are in the right place, whereas you have the up ref looking and making sure there's no footfall. Now, usually in a really intense game like the playoffs, usually there will be 2 more flag people on opposite corners. That's what you'll see eventually here later in the season, but we'll let Carson Kruger serve.
And Kruger for game point. Mistake made.
Hustle.
Opportunity, but that's not going to happen for Lincoln Way East. And they fall to the York Dukes in 2 sets. This one ending at 25-19. And the 7th-ranked team takes down the 10th-ranked team, and the York Dukes stay undefeated here in their first week of play, moving on to 3-0.
Yeah, it shows that you need an all-around good team, right? You look at York High School, varsity, volleyball, very good overall team. Now, if you look at Lincoln Way East, you might think differently because they've got Trey Merrick and they've got Trey Merrick, right? You know, they've got Nate Webster, but he faded, right?
Yeah, he played great the first set, was almost non-existent in the second until the very end. And, I mean, Mule Nickel tried stepping up for him, but it was pretty much Merrick or bust that felt in that second set for Lincoln Way.
Yeah, and you could maybe argue that Nate Webster wasn't able to do his job because the passing wasn't there. It was eventually fell apart there for Lincoln Way East. But it all starts with a pass. You know, you hear that. It all starts with a pass. That's the first touch. If you don't have the first touch, you can't do the other 3 touches, right? You can't set, you can't hit. So it's the passers that ultimately make the team look good eventually, in the beginning. And then it goes, okay, do you have a good setter? All right, well, do you have good hitters? Okay, great. Then you got a full team over at York High School. Very good serve receive by York High School. There wasn't too many mistakes, the occasionally miscommunication, but York did that might have been the cleanest game of volleyball, in my opinion, for York High School. Lincoln Way East, like I said previously, they got Trey Merrick and Trey Merrick. I think Trey did a great job. He's 6'1" and jumping higher than everyone else. I don't know what else to say other than you need an all-around team for volleyball. You can't just have one guy out there. It's like, imagine fighting a fight when you're the only guy giving energy and your teammates aren't. It's like, it's depressing. Now, I'm not going to say they didn't have energy, but not everyone's skill level is at the level of Trey Merrick.
Yeah, it almost felt like they had more energy coming from the bench players. We saw them run around getting these loose balls and everything, and it felt like they brought more energy to the court than the players that were playing tonight.
And I don't know if you folks realize this, Lincoln Way East didn't play their tallest player. He's 6'6". I don't remember what number. I think it was number 16, Conrad Swerzak. Apologies if we butchered your last name, but they didn't play him. That means, again, he's the tallest guy out there, but he's not playing out there. You know what I mean? 6'6", he doesn't touch the court. So, like I said previously, does height determine skill? Not at all.
All right, and with that, we're going to wrap things up here. Dukes win 2-0 in 2 sets to take down Lincoln Way East. I've been Tia Silkaitis, and alongside me has been Shepard Plamann. Thank you guys for watching. You've been watching on York Sports Network, and go Dukes.
Good night.